Well, Leslie is finished with his work. Leslie is the fellow that you saw doing all that sandblasting. So our hats off to Leslie. He's done a really nice, careful job, not only on the outside of the bed, but underneath as well. I want to talk to you about the quality of paintwork that we put into our bed work at RV Haulers. If you've watched my videos on the mechanical side of our work, you know that we're really concerned with making sure our trucks are safe. We also, next in priority, are concerned that our trucks have reliability. That as soon as you go to put your key in that ignition and turn it over, you're going to be able to leave on your holiday. And we're also concerned with longevity. We're always looking at things on the trucks to make, with the eye towards longevity. Is this going to last? If I'm touching it, and it's a $10 part, fix it now. Well, the same kind of concepts apply to our bed. We've made sure that the truck, the bed is going to operate safely and reliably, and it's going to last for a long time. One of the key components of that longevity, of course, is the quality of the paintwork. I've seen a number of beds that, they don't match the truck, and I'm concerned with that. We've got here on Princess, she's a little dusty coming out of the shop, but there is a beautiful metallic fleck in this paint from the factory. And right next to it, you're going to have this steel bed. And it's my belief that when you have a beautiful truck and behind it you've got the trailer, your fiver, your fifth wheel that you're proud of, your New Horizons, your spacecraft, those things should be tied together. In between those two beautiful objects of art is this bed, and it should look good. When you've got the paint right here, just a few inches away from the truck, it should be the same. It should be an automotive quality paint. The preparation should be done. It should be smooth. It should be shiny. That takes a little bit of extra time, and that's what I tend to do with all of my beds. Now, all my customers have different budgets. So if you're looking to have one done a little bit less expensive, we can cut back on some of those things, but my natural instinct is always to go with quality. So that's why we're at Pet Auto Body. We're not doing this in the backyard. We're not doing this in the barn. We're doing this in a controlled atmosphere where these guys have some pride in their work. So let me show you some of the preparation that's going to be going on with this truck so that that thing looks as good as the truck and the trailer that's going to be part of the whole unit. Now, what sets this bed apart from some of the others that you see that are static, that aren't moving, is just what's going to be happening underneath the bed. Now, just picture Ed. Pulls up into the campground. Of course, everybody's watching. He's got his beautiful New Way. He's got his smart car. Maybe his Harley's up there. And he's got Prince. He's got an audience. Imagine him driving up, shutting down Prince, hands in his pockets, and he's outside of the truck. He's got a few people looking. And when he hits this button and this thing starts to move, he's going to have even a bigger audience. But what we're considering here is the looks underneath this bed. It sounds a little crazy, but a lot of people are going to be looking at this thing when it's up in the air. So that's why we've taken the time to do a really good job of sandblasting. And what we're going to be applying underneath the bed is a product called Endura Paint. This is really, really good quality, tough stuff. It's going to be painted black, but that's the reason that Leslie has gotten up underneath all the nooks and crannies, is we want this thing to look nice. When this rolls down, and again, it's all part of the package. The trailer, the Smart, the Harleys, the truck, it should all look good at all points when you've got this thing in motion or when it's static and laying down flat. what Spencer and Carlos have been doing is they're looking for any spot that isn't perfectly flush. They've located some spots in the steel where there's just a little bit of a wow, and that's what they wanted to fill in, so that when we look down the side of the truck, you know, you aren't going to see any kind of a ripple or any kind of a blemish in the surface of the paint. Let me show you on the other side how it looks. Here's what they did on the driver's side. You can see this is down to the steel level. It is here as well. So this was a little bit concave. Yeah, that's the right word, concave. So they filled it in so that after we get this painted and clear coated, this is going to be absolutely perfectly flat. And they've got some other spots that were a little bit, I'm not saying rough, but here where we had a weld seam along here, you can see that they just wanted to make it perfectly flat all the way down. So that's what they've been looking for on the truck, is just to touch up those occasional spots. And also Carlos found that this spot was also a little bit just concave, so he's going to fill that in and sand it down.